Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new around here, hi, I'm Mackenzie. Today we're going to be doing my April reset and plan with me, and honestly I cannot believe it is already April and this reset is here. I feel like this year is flying by and I really look forward to doing these resets every month, and so I think it just makes it come even faster. But we're going to get into April. I'm really excited about this month, so I think it's going to be a really fun video. So we'll talk a little bit about March's recap and goal reflection, then I'll get into my April goals and talk through what I'm planning for the month. Then we'll do our little vision board for the month, which is honestly my favorite part. So let's just go ahead and dive into it with my March recap. So I wouldn't say March was a bad month at all. I would just say it was a very, very busy month and a lot busier than my husband and I expected it to be. We knew we had a lot of travel and a lot of events. Like we got to go to Cabo to celebrate one of our really good friends' weddings. But I feel like after we got back from that trip, and that was at the very beginning of the month, nothing slowed down and we could not catch back up on everything we had to do. So you'll kind of see that when I talk about it in my goals. I feel like March was good. It was just very different than I expected it to be. So with that being said, let's go ahead and head into our March goal reflection now. So I'm going to kind of scoot over so I can put the goals up on the screen, but we'll start with our personal and lifestyle goals. The first thing I had was to do 2 to 3 outdoor walks per week. I'm going to put that we did do this. I had weather permitting, and I think the only reason we didn't average like 2 to 3 per week was because of the weather. So I feel like we were definitely doing at least 1 or 2. Again, we were really busy, so we were really trying hard to squeeze those walks in, but I feel like we did accomplish this because I just really wanted to get outside more and go on walks. We definitely did that. Next, I had to read 1 nonfiction book. I did not do this. I did not touch my Kindle at all this month. I brought a book to read on the beach and it was just like a paperback book. Didn't even finish that. I don't feel like I'm in a reading slump. I just feel like I wasn't able to read because I was that busy. So next I had to finish the living room furniture. I did not do this either, and I'm kind of realizing that some of these goals were a little too ambitious maybe, or a little too like specific and time oriented. So I will say we spent a lot more time in our living room with our new couch, which we absolutely love, and we definitely need a coffee table and side table. But I think putting it on this goal list, I was kind of rushing myself to find those things. Furniture is not inexpensive, and I really want to invest in pieces that I really like and really go with the space and I don't change my mind on a couple months later. So for things like this, I just don't need to set goals for this anymore, because I just kind of want it to be when I find the right piece, that's when I buy it, and not because I have it as a goal to finish this month. So gonna get rid of those goals because that was not accomplished, and I think that's perfectly fine. Next, I had a closet dresser clean out, which I did do this. I'm very proud of this. This was actually a goal that rolled over technically from February. I had just like closet clean out, and that was a little too broad of a goal for me, so I kind of made it a little more specific, and I targeted a little bit more what I wanted to organize in the closet, and that was my little dresser I have in there. So I went through, I donated a bunch of clothes, I sold a bunch of clothes, and just feel a lot better about the dresser part of my closet. I'm gonna work on the other areas of the closet later. It was just nice to get one thing accomplished in the closet, so I'm really proud of that one. Moving on to financial, I had to have 5 no spend days and did not do this, and here's why. Starting my new nursing job and being on orientation and working these 12-hour shifts, one of my favorite treats when I'm at a nursing shift is to get a little vending machine Diet Coke, and it's just my little treat for the day to get me through the rest of my shift. That's just something I want, and so I was counting that as like a spend, because yes, I was technically spending money. I think I kind of need to restructure this. I like the idea of no spend days, but I think it maybe needs to be like a no shopping or no buying anything unnecessary. Yes, the Diet Coke might be not needed, but for me it's necessary. It's something that makes my day, so I'm not going to take that away from myself just to call it a no spend day. So you'll see I kind of restructured this goal for April, but I think it was a good idea, but I just think I need to tweak it a little bit for me personally. Okay, next I had to begin saving for a laptop, and I did start this. I just put a little bit of money aside just to kind of start the process of saving. My goal is to get the laptop by the late middle of the year so I can have it for trips and stuff to edit, because right now I cannot edit on the go. I can only edit right here on this computer, but just kind of starting the savings process for it. So it'll take a little bit, but hopefully by the like late middle of the year, like August around my birthday, I'll be able to get it. And then lastly for financial was to do a $50 Disney gift card, and I did do this. I think I'm gonna put it towards our December trip, just because that's a really big trip. That's a trip my husband and I are both going on. Our meals are gonna be a lot more expensive, and my trip coming up to Disneyland this month, guys, in just a couple of weeks, is gonna be with my sister, and we tend to split meals and split snacks, so I don't think I'm gonna need as much like gift card money and just like budgeting for food as I will for the December trip. trip. So that's going for that. And then last category was content creation, and I am so proud of this. We hit 3,600 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not really someone that cares as much about the number as I care about that our community grew a little bit, and I think it's fun to look back and be like, wow, we gained 100 new friends here on this channel. So if you're new here, welcome. We are so happy to have you. And I'm just feeling super grateful we have all these new friends around here. I just love it. It makes me so happy. And next, 3 Instagram reels, guys. We did not hit this. I did post one though, and I was really proud of the one I posted. I think I got a lot more comfortable editing short form content, and I'm feeling really good about it. I do have like 1 reel on deck that I might post. It's March 29th. So if I get it up by the end of the month, that's fine. If not, I have a lot planned for April, and I think that's kind of why I didn't post 3 reels this month, is because a lot of the content I was coming up with really fit more around my Disneyland trip coming up. So I kind of am just holding those ideas for then. So April is gonna be a heavy reel month. Just you wait. Next, I had posting more stories and posts on Instagram. I'm gonna mark that I did do this one because I did post a lot more stories. I did post 1 reel, and I guess that counts as a post, but I did a lot of like fun Q&As and just asking you guys questions, and I really loved that, and you'll kind of see that in my April goals. But I feel like I did a little bit of a better job on Instagram this month, so I'm proud of myself for that. And lastly was to create a media kit for brands. Didn't get around to it. Quite frankly, I just did not have the time, so that's that. So yeah, those are my March goals. As you can see, I really only hit about half of the goals that I set for myself in March, and I think that is perfectly okay. I think the biggest thing I have to remind myself about goal setting is that these are just ideas of what I want my month to look like in the beginning. A lot of things changed. This month changed for me, and so my priorities and stuff changed too, so I wasn't able to hit all these goals that I thought I was gonna hit. This is something to do for fun and to kind of structure and help guide you through your month and kind of what you think you want your month to look like, but things change, and I'm just still having a lot of fun with the goal setting and kind of learning how to structure my goals to better fit me and better fit my lifestyle. So this is a learning process, and I'm loving it. I'm just reminding myself they're goals, they're not things that have to be done. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our April goals. I'm really excited to get into them. I spent a lot of time just kind of reflecting on the month of March and what I really wanted April to look like, and kind of restructuring those goals like I talked about. So we're gonna start with personal and lifestyle goals. The first thing I have is to do walks on our off days. With my PRN nursing job and my office job part-time, I usually get 2 to 3 days off during the week and on the weekends, and I just want to go on walks on these days. Even if I can't get outside because of the weather, I really want to go on the treadmill. I'm finding that walking is my favorite form of exercise, and the type of exercise I enjoy the most, because I can put on a podcast, I can watch a YouTube video. I feel like I'm getting 2 things done when I'm doing this, so I want to do more walks and really prioritize going on my days off and not just being like, I want to rest today. Going on a 15 to 20 minute walk kind of re-energizes me if I'm feeling tired, so I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start pushing myself to do that a little bit more. Next is to start a Spanish vocabulary workbook. When we went to Cabo, I realized that I knew more Spanish than I thought I did. I knew a lot of the vocabulary, and it was helping me piece together conversation and stuff, so I really want to get a vocabulary book where I can refresh my memory and kind of practice a little bit more on my Spanish, which I think will be really good and something very productive for me to do. I don't want to conjugate. I conjugated all throughout school. I just want to do vocabulary and kind of remind myself of that. So next on personal and lifestyle, I have to pre-plan our grocery list, and this is a big one for me because we go to the grocery store right now, and just like on the way there, we think about what we want to eat, or when we get there and we're shopping the aisles, we're thinking about what we want to eat. I want to come in with a plan so we're not unnecessarily buying items that we're not going to use throughout the week for meals. And I also really want to start making lunches at home, especially to bring to work, so I'm not ordering out. So part of that is going to be grocery planning and kind of planning out those lunch meals in advance. And then lastly, I just have to be present on my Disneyland trip, which you guys know I've talked about it so much. I have a Disneyland trip coming up at the end of the month with my sister, and I think with last month we were so busy and it was like go that I really want to remind myself to be present, especially doing content creation, Disney content creation. Going to the park sometimes feels like you have to get all the things, film all the things, get it on your phone, get all the pictures, and I just want to be present because my sister and I don't always get to go on trips together, and especially now living far away, every single trip that we get to go on together is just so special, and I really want to just be present in that. I know I will be, and I do feel like I do a pretty good job about this, but I just want to have it on my goals so I can look back at the end of April and be like, yes, I was so present on that trip, and that's something that I'm really glad I was able to do. Moving on now to financial, I only have 2 things this month. I have $1,000 towards my student loans. You guys know I'm trying so hard to pay these off very quickly, as fast as I can, so I could be debt free, which would be just so exciting. So we are getting a little bit of a tax refund, and we've decided that we're going to take that money and put it towards my student loans, just because Bryce doesn't have any, and that's really our only form of debt right now. So we're gonna do it. I'm really excited about that. And then I have 15 no shop days. So this is kind of what I talked about. I pulled the no spend days, tweaked tweaked it a little bit to fit me a little bit better. I feel like the days I'm spending unnecessary money is I'm shopping on Amazon. I love Poshmark, shopping just for clothes, shoes, things like that. I'm not a big bulk spender. What I do is I just like buy a couple things here and there. And I feel like if I'm a little more cautious of, nope, I'm doing 15 no spend days, then I'll have a little bit better mindset when it comes to like unnecessary shopping. I don't know if 15 days is a lot or a little. I feel like I should be able to do way more than that. We're gonna start with 15. Maybe I'll blow it out of the water. Maybe I will not hit it at all. We'll see. Okay, now moving on to content creation. I have to hit 3,700 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're at like 3,640 right now. So we're a little more than halfway there. I think we definitely can do it this month. And I have a lot of really fun content with all the Disneyland stuff coming. So I'm really hoping we can grow our community a little bit more this month. Next is to create a list of reels for Disneyland. Like I said, I have a lot of reel ideas that revolve around a Disney trip, and I really want to make a list of them and have them before I go to the park. That way I can kind of film all the videos that I need to film to do these reels. That's my plan, is to kind of create a list. I have a lot of fun ideas already, and I need to just kind of like write them down, have them all in one place that I can reference quickly when I'm at the parks. Next on content creation is more interactive posting. I loved doing a Q&A on Instagram last month and talking to you guys so much more on my stories, and I want to keep that up this month, so that's something that I have on my list. And then lastly is to do one content planning day this month, and I did this last month in March where I just went to a coffee shop, sat down, planned out my content for the month, planned out my goals for the month, and I felt so much more productive than when I do it at home. And who knows, it might turn into more, but just at least one day go somewhere outside of the house and just work on content, whether that's working on thumbnail ideas, working on reel ideas, who knows. I just really enjoy that, and content creation is something that I love to do, and it's my hobby. So trying to find time in my month to prioritize that hobby is really fun for me. So definitely want to do that again in April. All right, well, those are my April goals. Hopefully you can see that I kind of restructured a couple of them from last month. Some of the goals last month that did not work out for me, you don't see them anywhere on this list, because I'm really trying to set myself up for success and really do goals that I want to accomplish and I know are going to help me in my month. So those are my goals, and now is the time to make my vision board, which is my favorite part. I go into Pinterest and I just find photos that kind of reflect my goals for the month, reflect what I'm going to be doing in April. I put it all together on Canva and I upload the photo into my Notion, and I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like. But I'm going to go work on my vision board and I will check back in with you in just a second and show you guys what I came up with. Okay, vision board is done. I'm gonna put it over here on the screen. I love it so much. I have a lot of Disneyland things, as you can see. Disneyland churros, because that is something I'm so excited to get my hands on again. I have some grocery shopping in the green section because I want to get more greens in. Lots of travel, some outdoor movements. I have outdoor walks, my little coffee shop, content creation planning, and then in the middle I just have a little quote that says, enjoy the now, because I really want to prioritize just enjoying the moment in April and trying to slow down a little bit, especially for March, because March was a lot. So that is my vision board. I absolutely love it. So what I'll show you guys now, kind of how I upload it into my Notion. I've done lots of videos of my Notion tours. I'll link that up above. So on my Notion, on my 2024 goal tracking page, I have all of my goals listed in a separate month. So when I click into the month, I upload my little vision board there, and then I can reference it every time I'm looking at my goals, which is so fun. And I love having that visual representation of the month to remind myself every time I'm checking in on my goals, that is what I kind of had for my month to look like. I just love it. I'm a very visual person, and I think having a vision board to reflect my goals for the month really helps me get excited about them. So that is my April reset and plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so excited for the month of April. I have so many fun things planned, so many fun videos planned. So be sure to like this video and subscribe down below so you don't miss all of the fun content, especially the Disneyland content coming so soon. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you real soon. Bye!